Please subscribe my Chanel. The day the divorce became final, my former wife, Emily, stepped out of the courthouse as if she had just hit the jackpot. She did not even look back at me. There was no sorrow, no pause, nothing whatsoever. Instead, she embraced her buddies, chuckled loudly, snapped pictures, and even shared a post saying, "At last free, beginning my true life today." I stood there seeing her rejoice like our years together had been a jail term she had finally fled. Even though I tried to keep calm, it pained me much more than I cared to show. 7 years together turned into a joke she could not wait to tell everyone. I headed home that day feeling empty inside, asking myself if I had ever mattered to her. For the following 2 days, I avoided social apps because whenever I checked my phone, someone had mentioned me in yet another of her posts about being liberated. Pictures of her in nightclubs, dancing on tables, sharing kisses with a guy I did not know, words about fresh starts and truly living at last. My pals advised me to block her, but I refused. A part of me still hoped that someday she might reflect and see she had ruined something genuine. Instead, she partied as though she had been awaiting this for ages. Then, on the second night after the divorce, around 10 p.m., there was a knock at my door. When I answered it, I stood frozen. It was her sister, Jessica. Her eyes were puffy and red, her face blotchy from weeping, her hands shaking like she could hardly stay upright. Jessica and I had always gotten along well. She seemed like the younger sister I never had. But that evening, her look was not only unhappy, it was frightened. Before I could ask what was going on, she came in, dropped onto the sofa, and murmured, "You should sit. There is something important you must hear." My pulse started pounding. All sorts of ideas rushed through my head. Was Emily in danger? Had there been a crash? Was anybody injured? But nothing prepared me for what Jessica said next. She breathed deeply, dried her eyes, and said softly, "My sister." She was not rejoicing because she escaped you. She was rejoicing because she believed she had locked in her future with another person. But it all fell apart tonight. I looked at her, puzzled. What do you mean fell apart? What took place? That is when she revealed the facts. Emily had been involved with another guy, her supposed perfect match, for nearly a year. It did not shock me. I had guessed something months earlier, but she always brushed it off with fury and tricks. But from what Jessica said, it was much worse than I thought. Emily had not simply been unfaithful. She had been plotting to leave me as soon as he offered her security and wealth. She figured she was improving her situation. She imagined she was swapping me for a better deal. That explained why she hurried the divorce and acted like it was a party. She thought she had moved up, but her perfect plan crumbled entirely. That very night, the guy she abandoned me for, the wealthy and smooth-talking one she believed would transform her world, admitted he was already engaged to someone else, not merely seeing her on the side. Engaged. His fiancée had discovered texts between him and Emily, faced him about it, and made him end things right away. He informed Emily he would never leave his fiancée, that she was only a short fling, and that their year together did not mean much to him. He stopped answering her calls, erased all traces, and left her weeping outside the eatery. Jessica explained that when Emily saw it was all over, her marriage finished, her secret relationship ruined, her plans destroyed, she totally fell apart. She yelled into her phone, saying again and again, "What did I do? What did I do?" Her friends did not try to soothe her. They only watched because they had never witnessed her lose it that way. Her arrogance vanished. Her self-assurance was gone. The lady who ridiculed me, partied without regret, and saw me as throwaway was now huddled on her bedroom floor, crying because the man she chose over me had discarded her like garbage. Jessica held my hand tightly, fresh tears coming. She keeps repeating she committed the worst error ever. She says I was the only guy who really loved her, and she is scared to face me because she realizes she hurt me badly and does not merit my pardon. I did not know what to say. One side of me felt sorry for her. Another side could not believe it. But deep down was a quiet, heavy calm because all of a sudden the reality hit me clear. I did not lose her. She lost me. I sat there quietly for a few minutes, taking it all in. The deceit, the falsehoods, the partying, the shame, and now the results. Jessica gazed at me with a pleading look and asked gently, "Would you like to see her?" I shook my head bit by bit. "No," I said quietly. "Not tonight. Perhaps never." And for the first time in many months, I sensed something new. Ease. Not because she was suffering, but because the facts had come out. The burden I carried eased up. I was not the one who failed. I was not the fragile one. I was not the issue. She was. Jessica got up to go, but before leaving, she turned to me and said she thought she came out on top. "But seeing you now, I believe you are the real winner." When the door shut after her, I sat by myself in the silence, experiencing an odd blend of calm and finality. My former wife had rejoiced at her getaway, sure I would end up shattered. Instead, she gambled away all she bet on and she lost me. I at last grasped that sometimes life does not hand you payback.